My name is Mark Myers, and I'm the only candidate in this race who was endorsed by President Reagan for this seat in 1988 when I was a Republican nominee. And the money has been taken. Everybody knows that. Republicans and Democrats are all going to admit that the trust fund was raided. We need to honor our word, and nobody should be upset. You're going to be paid, and that money should be accounted for. That's why I'm calling for a new Grace Commission, so that we can have private investors and private people go in and check out just like the CPAs did with the Businessman's Task Force. And I think you're going to hear basically the same thing from all of us. Your money is going to be there when you need it. I do believe that we need to privatize, but still keep our word. Thank you. I'm Mark Myers, and there's a discrepancy from state to state, a difference in the cost. A family of 4 in Iowa can get health care for $3,300. A family of 4 in New Jersey, it's over $14,000. We need to make the insurance companies more competitive so that if we can deregulate insurance so that they can cross state lines and go where they can get the best value. The other thing, as far as tax credits, a family of 4, if they were given $15,000 tax credit and then one person $7,500 tax credit, regardless of what the policy cost, they would still get the tax credit. Thank you. Mark Myers. I think we have a minority of people who are causing the majority of the problem. Congressman Charlie Norwood shared with me that members of Congress were debriefed. There were 40,000 known terrorists in the United States. We've got to secure the borders, and then the way you eat an elephant is one bite at a time. Of these 12 million, the ones that are the troublemakers are the ones that are being arrested and re-released. So there should be some financial incentive for the state police and local police. It may be $1,000 per person that they're given for whatever money they have to spend to get these people off the streets and out of the country. Thank you. Mark Myers. There's a lot of uncertainty in Iraq, but there's one thing that we know for sure. When we send a mixed message, when the President says one thing and Congress says something else, it damages the morale of the troops and it emboldens the terrorists. We need to work together. We don't need a blue state and a red state. We need to be a red, white, and blue state. And people need to cooperate, and we don't need to be sending mixed messages.
Is the yellow not working? Can't do it this way. Okay, so they're going straight from green to red.
Mark Myers, I alluded to this earlier. You have a small minority of people who are causing the majority of the problems. One of the terrorists from September 11th had been arrested for no driver's license and was released, even though he was here illegally. So if these people are breaking the law, that is the first people that are deported. And if we can do that, then we'll begin to, bite by bite, take care of this problem. Mark Myers, I don't believe there's anybody anywhere that is above the law, but I don't like the practice of playing politics. If there's a legitimate complaint, we can investigate, but don't play politics with it. I have proposed a new contract with America, and one of the items on the contract is to pass the fair tax. I think that we absolutely have to do that to be competitive with other nations that have a zero capital gains tax. Mark Myers. We cannot solve problems just by throwing more money at the problem. President Carter started the Department of Education. I would like to abolish the Department of Education and let the money go directly to teachers and go directly to the local school boards. I think if we could return to common sense, we wouldn't have these problems with the children at 6 years old being accused of being a terrorist. People do have a right to a fair trial, but I am much more concerned with the safety of Americans than I am with the civil rights of the terrorists. Mark Myers, national security is the first issue, and then the out-of-control runaway government spending. One of the solutions of that is my contract with America is the Internet Open Government Act, which would require all legislation, earmarking, pork barrel spending to be posted on the Internet for 72 hours before Congress could vote on it. If we could do that, along with the Businessman's Task Force, and audit the government, we can step by step begin to have fiscal responsibility. Republican Revolution. In 1994, when he was elected, he was one of the signers of the contract with America. And we did get something accomplished. We had 4 years that we had a balanced budget. We audited the House of Representatives for the first time ever in history. We made congressmen live by the same laws as everybody else. So we did have accomplishments. We need a new contract with America. That is why I'm proposing that we have a definite agenda. I'd like to see this special election have a special effect on the 2008 election and focus on a bold, clear vision for the future. I'm proposing a new Grace Commission to eliminate waste in government. I'm proposing the Internet Open Government Act, which would require all legislation to be posted on the Internet 72 hours before it could be voted on. I want us to pass the American Taxpayers' Bill of Rights, pass the fair tax to stimulate the economy, secure our borders, have immigration reform, make English the official language of the United States government, develop a new energy policy that makes us independent from the Middle East and Venezuela. I want to add veterans and active duty military and their survivors to the HUD's Good Neighbor Next Door program. If you're not familiar with that program, it's available now for the homes that have been foreclosed on, the HUD homes. The firefighters and police officers can purchase those homes at a 50% discount. I want to add the military because we're having over 100,000 HUD homes foreclosed on every month. There's an excess of inventory of homes, and if you got a supply and demand out of balance like that, somebody's going to get those at a discount. The last time we had that great imbalance was when the savings and loan industry, they had millions and millions of foreclosed homes. The government bundled them up in $500 million packages and sold them off to the super wealthy. I'd rather see our veterans get that benefit. Number 10, defend America from the terrorists. I ask you to vote for Mark Myers on June 19th. Thank you.